Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're watching this video from. My name is Zippy the nurse from Africa. I practice in Nairobi currently, but I am in the process of immigrating to look for a greener pasture. Like you all know, when you go for an interview somewhere, if you have applied for a new job somewhere, and then you go like facing the panel, they ask you, where are you here? So the reason as to why I'm in this YouTube channel, the reason as to why we are here is because we want to enlighten ourselves in matters searching for greener pastures, searching for career growth, searching for better remunerations and everything. So in this channel, if you're a new subscriber, we've been talking about what is nursing, how it is to be a nurse in Africa, how especially a nurse in Africa, like in Kenya, how is it to be a nurse in the USA, because we've talked to several nurses in the USA and they've given us their experiences. What is the process of migrating from Africa to a different destination? Maybe this channel, we normally call ourselves Nakumat. Get it? So it's all under one roof. If you're a nurse, there's something for you to consume. If you're not a nurse, there's something for you to consume. Especially if you're a traveler, if you're a person who loves traveling. We have also done some videos there. Anyhow, I hope you're all doing well. That was just a by the way. I wanted to come here and share good news with all Kenyan nurses. Not Kenyan nurses as per se, but African nurses. If you're in Uganda, if you're in Tanzania, if you're in Zimbabwe, if you're in Rwanda, if you're in Africa and you feel like South Africa is expensive for you, you should know this. There is an Nclex center, testing center in Kenya. Finally guys, it was inaugurated. Is it inauguration? It was opened. It was back. We used to have only one test Nclex exam testing center. But now we have two in Africa. Guys, if I'm wrong, you comment down below and tell me, Zippy, no, that is a lie. But I don't think it's a lie. It's the truth. We used to have South Africa, which was based in Sandton City in Johannesburg. So if you're a nurse from Kenya and if you're self-sponsored, you have to look for accommodation in South Africa. You have to look for money to book a flight to and from. So the exam center, the Nclex exam center, has been brought closer to you. So which means it has reduced a lot of cost. So you don't have any reason. You only need like 50 shillings if you live in Kibera, like me. I live in Kibera, so I only need 50 bob to go to town, then get my another bus, I think 20 bob to Westlands, do the exam, and then come back to my house and sleep. So cost effectiveness, you guys, NCBSN has taken care of that because they have brought exam center closer to you. Just like the way if you want to do NCK, you don't have to fly all the way. You can, you can just do it from here, because we have so many testing centers. The reason as to why I'm saying this is because there's some people who have been out there wondering, if I don't have money, assuming, like we had said a long time ago, I think there is a video in my channel that's talking about Nclex and the cost and everything. Nclex exams themselves are expensive. Booking the exam is expensive because I think it's about 20,000 Kenyan shillings, depending on the rate at. So you can imagine if you need 25,000 and above to book for the exam. You need to thank the government. At least the government is taking care of nurses, of which I don't know. Well, I don't want to praise the government for now because I really don't know why they decided to bring the Nclex exam center in Kenya, but at least you guys know. Also, another good news is for you, like if you're a private candidate, you have to look for materials for you to practice, to like prepare yourself to sit for the exam, right? Now, good news is the government, in conjunction with KMTC, that is Kenya Medical Training College, has brought a program, like it's a short course program that will help you prepare for the Nclex exam. It should be beginning in February 24th in 2024. February 2024. They're supposed to be starting a 3 months, that is 12 weeks program, like a short course, because like me, when I was doing with MedPro, they take you intensively through the program. You see, like the way you join nursing, like the way you just join nursing like today, and then you're told what is nursing, you need to understand what is Nclex. Guys, if you're there and you don't know what is Nclex is an exam that you have to sit for if you want to practice as a nurse, as a registered nurse in America or in Australia, and I think also in Canada. This is something that you should know. So for you to work as a nurse in America or Canada, or maybe Canada, I'm not sure though, but in Australia, you have to have been certified as a nurse. So you have to send your documents to their board for them to verify. The nursing council will send you documents that you've trained as a Kenyan nurse. You will send those documents. They verify that for sure you're a nurse in Kenya. Then they will give you something we call authorization to test, ATT. So if you've been authorized to test for that exam, that is now the Nclex. Happy, we as Kenyan nurses, we're excited. If you're an East African, maybe you're in Tanzania, you're in Uganda, you're in Rwanda. South Africa is a bit far, but Uganda you can come with a bus. I mean, you can use Easy Coach and everything. You can come all the way to Nairobi and do the exam. So it's a bit like the government has taken care of your pockets, because it used to be a bit expensive. Getting a flight to South Africa, I think it's about 100,000 Kenyan shillings back to and fro. Getting accommodation in South Africa is a place that you don't know. So it becomes a bit, if you're listening to this information, definitely you know what I'm talking about. If you're a parent and you have a child who is aspiring to be a nurse, and then at the end of the day become a USRN, an Australian nurse, a Canadian nurse from Kenya, you will understand when you watch this video. First of all, what do you need to do? You are a nurse in Kenya, yes. You want to work as a nurse in Australia, Canada, or America, yes. What do you need to do? You need to sit for an Nclex exam. What is this Nclex exam? It is an exam that allows you to be certified as a nurse in America, Canada, or Australia, or whatever it is that Nclex is accepted. So what do you need to do? You need to register for that exam, and then you sit for it, and then you pass, and then you get certified for you to be called an USRN or whatever it is that you'll be called. So sometimes back, we used to go to South Africa because we didn't have a testing center in Africa apart from South Africa. In a nutshell, that's what I'm trying to explain. So if you don't get a slot, maybe you want to test in, maybe, for example, in April, you try booking for a center, for a date in April for South Africa, but you don't get a space, you go to India or New York or wherever it is, because there are not so many exam centers. But now we have one in Westlands that is being administered by Pearson VUE, which is a board, which is an organization that has been permitted by the NCBSN to administer that exam. So it has been allowed to come here to Kenya, in Africa here. So we have now 2 testing centers in Africa. So you go to Westland, you do the exam. But before you do that exam, because you have to learn for it, you have to read for it, you have to prepare to sit for that exam, KMTC, that is the Kenya Medical Training College, they will offer those short courses to prepare you for the same. Just like the way MedPro was doing for me, like there is a video I was explaining. We used to wake up very early at around 2 a.m. There's a tutoring class, those online classes. Now it is there in KMTC. What you need to do, check out on their website. I think it should be beginning in February this year, 2024. Check out on their website, that is KMTC portal. Apply for the short courses, register for everything, open up an Pearson VUE account, and then you're done. And then after that, so for me, my advice, if I was out there and I had not done it, I would start by registering for that exam. So I'll open up an account with Pearson VUE because I'm a nurse in Kenya who has already been working in Kenya for like an year. Second thing, when I've opened an account, I will identify a board in the states that will license me, you know, because you have to have a board. You have to identify yourself with a certain board. If I am self-sponsored, then I have identified a board, maybe like Texas. Talk to your nurses. Let's not hide information to other people. Let's all be in the same basket and move together as a group. So talk to somebody. They will guide you on how to open an account with Pearson VUE. They'll guide you on how to choose a state that will license you, because you need to be identified with a board in the US. Then come to KMTC, book for those short courses. It's a 3-month program. They will teach you how to prepare for the Nclex exam. From there, they will tell you, sasa wewe umeiva, go and do the exam. After that, you do your exam at Westlands, because you don't need a lot of money for you to go there. Just look for money, book the exam as you continue reading for the Nclex. From there, after you've passed the Nclex, you are now a USRN. Go book an exam now, the English exam. After you've booked an English exam, that is the IELTS, you pass maybe for the US a band score of 7, and then speaking 777, depending with where you're going, depending with where you want. If it's Australia, if it's Canada, if it's US, wherever. I understand Nclex can be used across the states, Australia, Canada. And if I'm not right, guys, you can comment. It's allowed. You can comment down below. That is according to my little knowledge that I have. That I can use my Nclex in Australia, I can use it in Canada, and I can use it in the US. If I am not right, comment down below so that we don't mislead anyone. Then after you're done with IELTS and you've passed, now look for an agency, maybe like MedPro, Pearson VUE, Worldwide Health. All those agencies are so many that will help you petition your case for you to get a green card if you want to go to US. If you don't want to go to US, I understand NNK, that is National Nurses Association of Kenya, something, is also in collaboration with the Australian government. They want to assist nurses to move to Australia. So there's so many nursing right now has become so diversified. You don't need to sit there. I think, and on 25 and 26, NNK in conjunction with a certain agency from Australia will be talking to you nurses in regards to, you can also check them out and they'll tell you more on what you need to do. Do you need Nclex? Do you need IELTS? What do you need? Do you need to apply for a work permit? Do you need to apply for a holiday permit? Like, all these things will be answered. So guys, I didn't come here to talk a lot because I didn't have a lot. I only had a little thing to tell you, which is Nclex exam center is in Nairobi. So check it out. Thank you so much for coming. If you're a new watcher, thank you so much for watching, but please, why are you not subscribing? Let me give you a moment to pause the video. Good. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for coming. If you've been coming all the way since we started this channel,